10 times.
Alright, so for everyone at home watching, wondering what the hell's going on, we remade 2 times. Once because we thought we were going to actually do a complete redraft, which is wrong. We actually just remade a 2nd time to go all pick because Godblack is the authority.
Yes.
That is basically how it works.
Whatever he asks, we will do.
We set in stone.
Yes.
His words are our will.
So the
well, not like
question is
ours, but, you know.
the people's.
Right.
So are they going to lose level 1 Roche?
No way.
No?
Not a chance.
Fuck it. Let's do it again.
Or it's so crazy.
This is where you do the
This
Alliance
was all
TP.
planned.
This is where you do the
Sigma's
fucking
like-
Alliance TP, man.
Sigma's like, they're not going to do it again.
That's
There's no
what I
way.
said. It's a double bluff.
No.
Our SF can get level 1 raised now. We're going to get, like, Enfeeble or something. Actually, Nightmare would probably still be better.
Suggesting you TP, like, you know how Admiral Bulldog did it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Suicide to the Roche,
This isn't it.
and then do a wraparound?
Bait the fight.
Yeah.
Alright, what about this? If he summons the wall in motion and blocks them all in the pit. The
But there's only
army
3
strategy.
trees.
Alright, we're in game.
And 2 wolves.
Yeah, I don't think they actually have enough.
They're going.
Have enough body to do it.
Oh, go on, you mad bastards!
They're going.
The thing is, everyone from Sigma is actually leaving the base pretty slow. Well, not that slow.
And they're going too.
They're not smoked, by the way.
Yeah, but Enchantress spots smoke on Sigma, so fucking Matt has it if they want to try to get there extra quick. There's no way they're doing it.
If you look at Sadoy, like, he doesn't have the completed Basilius, so
Yeah.
that's already a giveaway that you're not doing it.
Maybe they just want to try to fight at level 1 now because they're like, this sucks.
Alright. So here's the baby.
They're faking it?
Yeah, they're faking it.
Yeah.
To battle.
Level.
Yeah, but the thing is, what's their game plan? How are they going to fight against level 1 Gale?
The baby strat.
Level 1 Nova, though. Oh, Mego's coming in.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Alright, Solos.
They know.
Solos
How
got
does
the
he know the
X-Sword.
CM's up there? How can they even see the CM? Oh, they're guessing. They're
No,
guessing.
they don't. Yeah, they're guessing.
Saki's still running in!
Oh, it's trap! The Gale, it hits up too. They're trying to go on McGill. Oh, the Lycan's taking so much damage right now. He might actually be the one to go down first. Godblack, he's holding his shield for a very long time. They want to try to turn it around on Sox,
CM
but he's
Nova
getting
in
quite
3,
low. Fata.
2, 1.
I think he's too far. No, he caught 2. He caught Fata and fucking that. They're still chasing. This is the most ridiculous level 1 fight. Both teams are so bad at level 1. No one kills each other. Oh, man.
All right, so a couple of very key things in that engagement.
And he didn't use the Gale to dispel the Lycan, so he couldn't get any damage done.
Yeah,
That was
also
pretty
Go
unfortunate.
Black, you just use the shield, because even if it doesn't get broken by the enemy team, by the time it breaks, it still do AoE splash damage.
Yeah, and
So
you can just reapply it to the same person.
I'm completely surprised that he didn't use it. In fact, I think if they use it, they would have been much closer to getting killed. Might have actually got the kill.
It's hard to say. Because I think Lycan's base move speed is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's 305, so you might have been able to
You were
run
saying they're
somebody down.
right-clicking him so fast and hard, right? Like, you just drop the shield on him, the slow gets debuffed, and he's going hard.
What about Nature's Prophet? I thought he would have been a better target for the shield.
Sure, anything.
Well, anybody who actually has uptime on their autos and who would stay close enough to the fight to where the shield would explode and actually deal damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of nitpicking, but I feel like they might have actually been able to get a kill there.
Yeah. But I think that team fight also show how actually powerful Crystal Maiden early is. Like, she has 700 cast range on her spell, 400 AoE on the Nova, so that adds up to 1100 range, which pretty damn long for a squishy support like that.
Does Pass usually play the... I guess when fucking Mad's playing Enchantress.
Yeah.
They put Pass on...
I think they're interchangeable. Anytime there's a micro hero, fucking Mad usually plays it, and then Paz just plays the other support. So I think it's pretty standard Sigma. Like, this is... Outside of the SF, I'd say that's a bit more uncommon, but the rest of the picks are pretty standard, I would say.
Denied.
With them awful trouble in the bottom lane.
Well, the thing is, they have Godblack, so, I mean, anytime Sadoy actually gets in trouble, they can just shield him, and it's like no big deal.
He's slapping him with his hammer, though.
I mean, he's doing it, yeah. And the thing's actually going to die on its own, I think, before they get the last hit. Oh, nope, shield exploded.
Nice.
Gold secured.
That probably was very close.
Lane, Yo's gonna get caught out here. Oh, here comes Enchant Hadouken.
Is under attack.
And Yo is gonna be dead. Drops a Nova, a couple more right clicks.
no.
The creep waves are blocking! And the big hammer being dropped by the Satyr Tormentor.
Wolf block.
I actually really like what effing Matt did there. Just send the Centaur bot. Because generally when you see that, you're like, oh, the Enchantress is jumping.
Yeah, he must be close.
He sent the Centaur, immediately smoked all the way from bot to top, and then got the kill there. Very, very impressive.
You know, I just want to say, if that creep wave didn't come, he would have probably lived. Because he got blocked by his own creeps because the Satyr was there. And then he got auto-attacked from like, what, 400 or 500 range or something crazy
Wait,
like that?
I want to check though. What's movement speed on CM? Like 285? And what's the movement speed?
No, it's 280.
Okay, what's the movement speed on Hadouken creep?
I have no idea.
It's more than 280, right?
He got the frost
Yeah, it is.
nova.
It's like, I think all creeps are above 300, to be honest.
There you go.
All
man.
the large creeps are.
It would have
I think
happened.
the Earth is the fastest, actually.
Could be.
All right, looks like they're going to come in a little bit more pause, taking a little bit of tower shots.
This is quite similar to what I seen them do last week with the aggressive Bane Enchantress.
Yeah, Sunstrike almost kills Fata mid lane. He's not really having that great of a time. I mean, he's 9-5 comparative to the 13-6 of solo. So, given it's an Exort Invoker versus a Shadow Fiend, I think his CS is actually pretty respectable, given this early phase in the game.
Okay, do you like it?
I do like it, especially when you start pulling out Forge Spirits, because it makes it that much harder to actually harass the thing. And also, when Fata decides to leave the lane, if he doesn't push it out preemptively, actually I might have to hold that thought because there's a wraparound here on mid. He's going to spot it though. Solo, unfortunately, is maybe not going to be able to live through this on his own. No, the TP gets canceled, and now Solo's going to be here on his own. He was expecting some TP support, but it's not going to be coming out. It's a 1-for-1 exchange as Solo actually takes out fucking Mad. Unfortunately, he got the kill after he died, so he's not going to get any experience for that.
Did Slardar stop it with his...
I have to assume that's what happened.
No, that was...
Yeah, he definitely did.
He's missing half his mana, yeah.
That was on cooldown, okay.
That is really
Detective
unfortunate.
Shane on the case.
You could tell the way he was playing, like Solo was very much expecting Gobblack to be there, and that would have been a totally different fight. So unfortunate. So Sigma lead right now, 2-1. They managed to secure the first blood on Yul, and now they get another kill on Solo, but he does get one back, so it wasn't like a total disaster.
I mean, it is total disaster in the sense that the two supports have spent 270 gold in combination and didn't do anything with it, so it's actually, like, it hurts so much to buy those early game TPs and not get a kill.
Well, CM got a bit of solo experience, mate, like 3 or 4 creeps. Little things.
Sounds better than nothing. Hey, he's level 3 now.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. I mean, considering the Enchantress is the same level as him.
But he has 2 kills.
Well, he's been involved in 2.
Yeah.
He's not having a great time. Only 11-3. Compare that to the 22-5 of Slardar. I mean,
Then some of them are
Sox is just having a great time in comparison.
Some of them are doing the Nature Prophet babies, like.
Yeah, but still, gold is gold. Like, sure, it's an inflated number, but it's still much more than this Lycan's ever going to be getting in this lane. It's a Sprout teleport reaction coming in. It's going to be from Paz, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to do anything. Oh, maybe he will. Solo, 25 HP. Sidoi coming in. He's got a shield on still from when he teleported, so he's going to be just fine. That was very close to being a return kill.
Does he have a solve from him?
No, I don't think he does. He's only got 2 points in a Quas, but he has a Tango, so maybe he'll actually stick around for a little while at least.
I really like the fact that they drop a shield on the Nature Prophet before he TPs in, because if the fight does last long enough, it's like having an extra nuke in the fight, which, you know, could matter quite a bit.
Also gives you 150 life.
Sure, I mean, if that's the way you look at it. I mean, he's TPing behind a tower, so that's always good. But yeah, very, like, kind of cute thought-out stuff from RoX.KIS.
I kind of like Invoker or and Nature's Prophet together. If they don't have any tangos, you can just like 3 instant Sunstrike.
Yeah, that is very true. The thing is, though, most players will carry tangos, like, just until like the 20-minute marker, give or take, because you're going to have an open inventory slot anyway. Yeah. And if 125 gold saves you from dying, then bam, you know, definitely worth at that point. Looks
Okay,
like
so
fucking mad at
in this
boss.
position, oh, you took the Invisor. I was thinking to myself, what do you do? You know
I don't
what I mean?
think you take it.
Yeah, I mean, if the supports are looking around the map pretty actively, then you could have seen it. But Solo, he wants to go for Fata. This could be a little bit of mistiming. Toss and Fucking Matter coming in from the back. The teleport comes in. The Courier's mismicroed. Sidoi wants it so bad. They actually do manage to get him Pos. Stuck in tower range. Auto attack and tower hut from downtown. And Yul did something for himself. Now Sidoi, he throws a Sprout onto Fucking Mad. They want a third kill, and they're going to get it. Solo, he picks up the double. I thought for a second that might go pretty well for Sigma, but unfortunately that was not the case.
That's the backline here. Goldblack denies himself to Sog. What a play using the Death Coil. So Sog made that rotation from bot lane. He didn't get anything. Holy. I hear Dredge on the back line going, ay, 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 and that's exactly what's going on with this game right now.
It just feels like RoX.KIS have the superior lineup. Their damage is just so much higher that anytime they focus, and that's another thing to note too, is whenever they engage in any of these small skirmishes, everyone goes on the same person every single time, which sure, it's a pro team, they should, but it just goes to show that how much damage they can actually do with even level 1 Howl, an Exort Invoker, and 2 other people auto-attacking. It's just insane. Like, no one can live through that.
She can't focus the people because of shield, which by the way came on the Prophet again and did actually do the residual damage, so that was pretty nice.
Also, that Sunstrike on Bane was beautiful.
Yep. Oh, they fed the courier too. So is this where you like think about?
I can't believe he lost the courier like that.
Yeah.
Like that was an incredibly slow reaction.
Was he bottle crowing?
I don't know.
There was no reaction there at all. It was just...
Maybe he just tilted and he was like, "Fuck, I died," and then just, you know, just stopped doing anything.
That sometimes happens to me when you want to give yourself an item that's not yours, that you drag it onto yourself. Maybe some.
Yeah, but you should always shift queue your courier actions, in my opinion, at least, because that way you never have to worry about if it's going back or not. Like, especially if you're bottle crowing constantly, you just shift queue it returning. But that way, so. He ended up paying for it. Ward's going to scout out Sox in this top lane as well.
He's roaming quite heavily here.
Yeah, I mean, they just actually rotated, like, straight up 4 people towards the top lane. They really want to maybe pressure this top tier 1. And Yul's going to spot out fucking Mad in the woods, so they definitely have some idea of what's going on. But they're just kind of trading safe lane damage right now. And Sidoi can definitely be there. They're going to Sunstrike on top of fucking Mad. They want to try to get him here, and they will succeed in doing so. The Wolves actually get the kill.
They want more. Doctoral Summoner.
He's pretty close to Medallion now.
Yeah, that kill definitely helps him. And he's caught up, like, instantly, by the way. Bottom.
Tower is under attack.
I don't really think they can kill Slardar with just these two. I think they need more.
Yeah, I don't think they even need to care about Slardar at this point because, I mean, if you finish the Vanguard, he's not going to have any impact in this game. If you rush a straight blink, well, he's blinking into your team and you could just blow him up. I just feel like Sigma, 9 minutes in, are so far behind now. That score 3-6 doesn't even really tell the story. It's the losing the couriers. Every time you smoke gank and then you get killed. And here comes a gank on the mid lane. This is exactly what we saw out of Sigma the other day. Wolves plus Exort Invoker. And they even had Sidoi coming in with a TP as well. Like,
that's so scary. Like, what can
bottom dive on the Goblock? He's going to remove that half of the shield. I really think that Sox could have gotten that kill, but he does decide to back off. Also, damage being dealt to the tier 1 middle lane. This seems like RoX.KIS pretty much all the way right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to stop them with a team like this with so much push. After they get a small advantage, they can just destroy towers so quickly.
Ooh, did get denied by Pox on the mid lane.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not bad. Surprising that he actually denied an Exort Invoker who has 5 points in Exort.
2 Forge Spirits and a whole bunch of trees around.
That's pretty impressive.
And a Howl that they could have used as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the same Sigma story every time we see them play. They come out of gate slow, gets picked off a couple times in lane, and then they just have no recovery. I don't think this lineup is capable of making a recovery.
Shadow Fiend can flash farm a bit in the jungle if you stack counts. It's not so bad.
I guess. Like, one person could. Slaughter needs to come up big, and I just don't know where he is. Like, he finishes treads, which is nice. But until he farms at 250 for the blink, he's not going to do anything. And without him, where is that initiate coming from?
Side is Looney here. I think like if one hero can recover, that's okay. But you need at least somebody else on the team to be doing well. And who is doing well on the side of Sigma right now? Sure, Fata and Sox have decent CS, but they're not necessarily doing great. Whereas RoX.KIS just got a Roshan at 10 minutes into the game. Their Lycan has recovered pretty much fully from the early game start that he had. He's leading CS and has a kill. Fata's 1-3. So even though he got a gank, the other 2 ganks didn't really go the way that they wanted them to, and they were kind of just behind in most sense. So he wants to go for a kill on Potts. Sure, excuse me, Sox are doing a ton of damage. Actually almost gets him. He does! The Nature's Prophet, he comes in, and it's another kill. That is an insane amount of damage. I really didn't think he would be able to kill him like that. But, you know, popping Sprint actually hurt him more than anything, because with Cold Snap, you still can't really get away.
It's kind of one of them catch-22 situations, though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Totally agree.
The hardship right now hitting Sigma hard.
Wise words, man.
That's how I roll.
What do you get on Invoker now? You're pretty far ahead at this stage of the game.
You could just go book, honestly. I mean, I liked the book build for
They're
that.
solo though. Here we go. They're gonna ensnare him up. The Sunstrike's gonna come. He wants to take Mego down with him, and Mego is gonna survive going into the trees. There's a shield. He drops the ghost wall, ice wall. He's still alive, down to about half HP. Still trying to run away. That Quas giving him the regen, and he's still alive. Goldblack keeping him there. Trying to TP out. Where's the crush? Oh my God! He lived. Nobody right with him. Sock just
he didn't tread switch or wand to stomp. Unbelievable. How can you make that mistake? Strength treads. Oh, Sakshka, why?
Until.
Oh my God.
Until. That's all I could.
How much health did he have? Like 5?
Not a lot. Not a lot at all. That was completely incredible. I would be like demoralized if that happened. A hero and you can't kill him.
Did it lose a single hero?
No, they didn't.
No.
Okay.
I love the timing on the sweep. It just wore off, and like with a sword, he just like heals them up for. Oh, it was awesome.
Well, CM just got a Natus, so...
Under attack.
Game looks pretty good. At least if you're RoX.KIS, if you're a Sigma fan, not so good.
Yeah.
Supposed to do. Like, in terms of sitting there and going aggressive and trying to stop a Lycan from farming, sure, you did your job. But you're actually sacrificing 2 lanes to do that, because Abaddon and Prophet aren't scared of Slardar or anything. Like, Slardar Venomancer does nothing to that lane because the shield dispels the Gale. You have no kill potential, so basically both heroes just sit there and farm. And in that sense, RoX.KIS get the better of it, because an Aegis Prophet, in my opinion, translates to a more flexible style than a Slardar, who basically has to go Vanguard this game. So he doesn't even get initiation items. He benefits less from the farm, in my opinion. But they're going to find Yul. Fiend Script going to be used. Should be a pretty easy kill here for Sigma, one they desperately need. Unfortunately, though, it's on a CM, but they're going to try to turn it around. Waiting for the Sunstrike. It actually is going to miss. Unfortunate. Looks like fucking Mad's going to be able to get away from this one, more or less scotch-free.
I mean, even if it hit, I don't think he'll be in trouble, right?
It would,
yeah.
He's got the Nature's Attendance on.
On CM, she only lost like 7 gold or 10 gold when she died because of all that reliable gold from the hand of Midas.
Yeah, man. Reliable gold, best gold.
Yeah, man. Fucking awesome.
Also, lane tax gold is really good too.
I tried to charge you that the other day and you weren't very happy about it.
No, I'm the only one allowed to do that. That's the thing.
Okay.
It's like I invented it, so I'm allowed to do it. I did. I was playing with one of my friends and they asked me what I was doing because they came to a lane and I got 2 kills. I was like, oh, it's lane tax. I ganked your lane, so this is my creep wave.
What? To get 20%?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works when I play.
Is under attack.
It's probably really not that good to do, but I do it anyway. Sunstrike.
They're causing a fucking storm.
You know, I didn't know there was a term for it, but every time that it's like, if I'm playing carry and a mid comes gank, and he takes my wave, I was like, alright, you know, you could take the wave because you came and gank. But he just misses the last hits, so I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? So
He got his gank though, so he's happy. Force
Alright,
stuff.
so yeah, Force Staff on SF. I think it's a necessary evil though. Force Staff allows you to get a Sprout, allows you to get farther away from Cold Snap so you're not continually taking the mini stun. I think it's not that bad if you think that you're not going to be able to get a BKB fast enough.
I think Force Staff is amazing. I would go it as a core. Well, I used to go as a core when they gave you the attack speed, but and the damage.
I think it was my favorite item in the entire game.
Until they nerfed it.
Yeah.
It's like the same reason why you buy Yules on Puck instead of going BKB, because the item is actually way cheaper than a
And it's loads of
BKB.
small parts as well.
Yeah, and it gives you the same thing, really. It's just dispelling a silence or putting yourself or someone in up in the air, you know.
Oh.
Sunstrike hits. That is so much damage.
go.
Oh, he
Good
actually
gem on
goes
the ground.
downtown. Galblack with the misfoil secures the kill. Now looks like RoX.KIS want to potentially go on the tier 2, and Fata almost instantly dies to just a Nature's Prophet ulti right there.
Dire's courier has been slain.
Oh, Courier killed in the back.
Kills them with a basic hero.
But they lose their tier 2 middle for that, so I think RoX.KIS are kind of
Maybe even
obvious.
They're going to lose Rax, I think, in this push. But regardless, with a Slardar hero, are they going to defend this? No,
I don't think they can,
yeah,
man.
Exactly. Get
Look
Courier.
at this army.
Okay, so they're going for 2 nature, 2 books as well.
So they got a little bit of wave clearing
He's
there.
trying to come in.
He can't even use his crutch. He might actually end up going down. Sunstrike going to be off the mark, though. Gets very, very low. Might do, so. Looks like RoX.KIS are actually going to be the ones retreating for the time being. But even buying time, Sigma have already committed to a Force Staff on their carry. Is that going to transition very well and later into the game?
I mean, at this point, if you're Sigma, you have nothing to lose, right?
That's true.
Because the game is...
You kind of have to.
Yeah,
right?
you just go whatever to keep playing for 5 more minutes.
It's also really good against Nature's Prophet Sprout as well, because you're in the little cage and then you just like, straight through.
Double damage.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
But Andy said that already.
Did he?
I did.
You gotta listen.
Apparently I don't listen.
It's okay, man.
Go over him, I don't listen to him. I just heard that one thing about the Force Staff.
It just so happened that I was tuning in during that particular segment, and I happened to catch it.
So here comes the tier 2 push. Is there any way Sigma could... Actually, if Migo sets up like 7 wards, maybe he could actually slow this down.
He has max ward as well.
Well, I mean, he has to have it. They haven't really been on the aggressive this game. They're pretty much just playing purely defensive. Heal even has DD, man. That's how you know it's a push. When you see him, it's hitting twice as hard.
And she has a drone now as well.
Dire's middle tower is under
How
attack.
much money he has.
From all these towers in the Roshan.
I think this tower's dead.
I think it's going to be very close to being dead if it's not just that.
What the hell? Look at it.
Here we go.
Oh, come on, the trees. Hit the tower.
There we go. So, Natus Prophet secures himself another tower hit, and this is 2 Necrobooks coming up, by the way, on the side of RoX.KIS. I think 2 at level 2, 1 actually close to level 3. Sedoyas is going to be 3 very soon. And actually, yeah, it's going to be 2 level 3s probably in the next minute or so. And then when that happens, double raising the creep wave suddenly becomes a lot scarier. Because I'm pretty sure 2 of those things exploding just straight up kill Fata.
And the 4 staff doesn't give him much in the way of health.
You gotta keep in mind that Enchantress can take one of those Necro 3, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, not too
great.
good. Yeah, not too good.
If Sigma want to come back in this game, they need Fata to just become, like...
Immortal.
He needs to become power.
Become power.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Like, what else do you do?
I mean, it's sure better than Confusion. Bruno last week was Confusion.
Yeah, that wasn't really... It was confusing, so I guess maybe if
I
that's
didn't
what
know
he
what
was
was going
going
on.
for, it worked out. Yeah, but...
Apparently I am Bruno.
Yeah.
I am Confusion.
Yeah.
You know.
It's body swapping, too. That's the thing.
Alright, so we got the Blink Dagger on Slaughter. Is this where the real magic happens?
I feel like he's going to blink in and just die.
Yeah.
Because he's going to blink in. Godblock really doesn't have a reason to stay in the front. You know what I mean? Like, if he stays in the front, he's just opening himself up to get hit by a crush. And if he's there to dispel whoever gets hit by it anyway, then his job is pretty much done.
Yep.
Sometimes you want your Abaddon to be on the front lines to make sure that he can soak some of the damage, but I don't feel like he needs to do that. He can sit back and dispel grips, he can dispel stuns and amps, and he doesn't need to be in the front of this game. Yeah, they want to go really hard here, and they're going to actually be able to pick off the Invoker.
All right,
Or, excuse me, the Lycan, yeah.
That actually stops the push quite a bit, because I don't think RoX.KIS will push.
Lycan's dead body is hilarious looking.
He kind of face plants when he dies, doesn't he?
And he just kind of...
Also, I think the head animation chops off.
Oh, blink on the Sedoya. Sedoya not really paying attention right there. Yeah, he's going to turn around the Necro, but the Manafort does a ton of damage. Sachka, he's made a horrible mistake. He turns around to try to go for the kill, but who would have thought Necro Book at 19 minutes in is actually pretty damn scary. Fata's going to take quite a bit of damage and actually have to force away from that as well.
I was going to say, man,
Sunstrike.
that was great play by Sock because
Wait for it.
he was waiting for the Prophet TP and then use the Crush to cancel it and then goes to kill. But the mana burn
not strong.
He has 3.7k gold. Is it BKB time?
I think he kind of has to make one if he ever wants the hope of getting a Requiem off. Otherwise, he's just going to get cold snapped and turn into a pile of souls. I mean, that's pretty much what he does at this point.
I mean, I actually think the most important item right now is buyback because...
Well, yeah, of course. If they're sitting right outside of your base, you need buyback.
Yeah.
He's only level 13.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't think BKB does anything in terms of...
In terms of him being able to live against right clicks, but
Yes.
Requiem is incredibly important for their team fight because it's pretty much one of the only team fight utilities they have. But no, he goes
YOLO.
Deso.
I agree with this.
He goes Deso.
Yeah, everyone always
So
forgets about
manly.
the damage reduction on
You say he
Requiem.
has to be powered.
Yeah, but I mean,
is
Requiem
power right here.
is power. You are taking other people's souls and throwing them at somebody. How can that not be power?
Not enough
Anyway,
deeps.
they're chasing on solo right now, but the rest of RoX.KIS are here to back him up. Maybe they want to try to turn it around.
They're all in the
Nature's
ice wall.
Prophet ulti. Going to do quite a bit of
Here,
damage to
there's
Sox. He's going to get the double earn. One aggressive,
seconds.
one defensive.
This is one of the few times I want to talk about Requiem, and it's minus 50% damage reduction.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Bruno
That's
just said
like-
that.
Sorry, Bruno. I don't
alright.
listen to you.
It's alright.
Treat those the way you want to be treated, Bruno. I think that's the lesson here.
Did you
Very
really
cool.
say that?
Yes, he did. Like, not even a minute before you brought it up.
Apparently, none of us actually listen to each other
No.
at all. We just talk.
No,
at
I
each
listen to you.
Andy listens.
other. Yeah, like, you're the caring one.
I'm the only one who cares. Man.
You're a dad.
That's why I get
You're
mad
dad,
because
yeah.
I care so much. I care so much. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
So much worse.
Tips, sorry.
Are you a parent?
Not yet.
But then why can't you give parenting tips?
Because, I mean, our audience is obviously all parents listening, and they need some tips
From you, though.
from me.
Okay, go on.
Being disappointed is actually a lot more effective than being angry. Like, dude, are we in agreement with that one?
I don't know, man. I would say disappointment is effective, but to be totally honest, I've been disappointed in a lot of things, and it doesn't really seem to change much.
Damn. Damn. See, you're just that kid then.
Yeah, I mean, Script's my kid, so
Just gotta help me.
it's a mess.
It's terrible.
It's really not great.
I share a room with that first off.
Yeah. So here comes the push from RoX.KIS. The triple raise coming out. They're counter pushing fairly well, given the circumstance. They're going to be forced to pop another glyph. But this is kind of the make or break right now for Sigma. If they can't defend this, then things are going to get really out of control really quickly.
There's a lot of gold as well.
They got the 6 wards now. The raises are coming in. I think they're holding.
Oh, there we go. This nice double crush. Godblock, he's going to spell it on Sonoy, but Solo taking a ton of damage. Oh, here comes the Requiem from Fata. He manages to get it off in a team fight. Pretty impressive. So far, they're holding their own quite well, and the Lycan is just running around. He can't really do much. Look at the range on that grip, by the way. Sidoi from downtown in a lot of trouble. Another shield onto Solo. He's so low. Another raise going to come out from Fata to secure the kill. Onto Yol. Now a Nightmare onto Lycan. Can they actually follow this up and get more kills? They've taken 1 out so far. Another blink in from Zoxka. The crush onto Sidoi. It's a double for Fata. They're actually defending this. The Desolator from downtown. He gets the triple. Abaddon still has his ulti. Force deaths up to the high ground.
There's Blink, sucks on
He wants to go for it. No, he doesn't see it. He doesn't.
The
anger crush. He just got so furious that he didn't know where he was and he stomped the ground. The chips coming out from Godblack. He's even gonna place a ward. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I think Sock is dead.
What a man.
I don't know what just happened, man.
Desolator. Dude, Sock's gonna get slowed down by the hit. Hit him!
Nah, he's out of there. There's no way they can.
You know what just happened? Mother effing power just happened. Fata just
I can't believe
down
he got the Requiem.
And guess what? They're getting tier 2! What is going on with this game right now?
That was actually insanely good, though, because when they went in, they got a Gale that allowed them to continue kiting, and the Lycan ulti didn't really do much. The Sprout that Sidoi threw down was actually detrimental to him hitting anybody, because he doesn't have a Quelling Blade, so he couldn't open the Sprout and do any damage. He just walked back and forth. And then the ult is down, and then your hero is useless.
I think the Requiem getting off was huge, though.
Yeah, it was. The damage reduction is massive.
It's actually not for the damage, but really the damage reduction.
Yeah, and the slow as well.
Yeah, the slow as well.
And it's really scary.
Yeah,
it is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, did you see that? Oh my god, I'm getting out of here.
I think that last team fight really showcased how great Fata played it, because there was multiple times where he was raising and he noticed that there was a low HP Necro Minion there, so he canceled the raise to not die to that Necro Minion. 600
Bane actually was brain sapping them, and he only takes half damage because his brain sap gives him 300. So it's not 600 damage he takes anymore, it's just 300 damage.
I can't believe they defended that, honestly.
Well, here comes again.
They don't have glyph.
Yeah.
This is kind of what happens in my pub games. We keep going, smashing our faces against the Rex until we get them.
Well, I don't think this is smashing your face, because they should be so far ahead. In fact, they are far ahead. But these raises...
Oh man, the Necro Books, big crush. More raises coming out. That one actually kind of whiffed.
Transfer's going to dominate one. He's dominating one.
Yeah, but there's so much here. The tower is still going to go down. It looks like the flood is finally starting to overtake Sigma right here. They're just going to pop the Lycan ult. They want to try to go in, but Fata, he actually hits quite hard.
They can't kill the 2 Necro Minions because we're... Oh my god! That's what happens. Here comes the crush. Yos actually gets forced out and the right click, but the mech comes out here. Fata, no! 2-man Sprout, and now bounce around to the other side. The Lycan Wolf's getting right click down. Oh my god, the Rax, man! The Rax is still alive. Sidori's going for it. Sidori wants it to take it down. One man is still alive. Oh no! Still alive! The grip comes on Solo. Get in there, the Rax Baron. Yes! They get the Rax, but how much are they going to pay for? He just melts immediately. I think Sigma's actually happy with how that push went.
Oh, I can just picture them on TeamSpeak together, like, go in and kill the fucking Rex!
Oh, Sidoi is so sad right now that he stopped attacking. He was so confident in the fact that that auto attack was going to get the kill on the Rax that he just turned. But that, you know what it was? That fucking 5 health regeneration, man.
Yeah.
That's what saved the Rax, basically.
And the extra armor as well.
Didn't save it, but it made RoX.KIS commit to getting team wiped in order to get a Rax.
My question is, previously we had a 4 kill, I think, 3 or 4 kills, right?
Look at his gold. He's got so much money.
Yeah.
Okay. He could build an entire anything. He could buy almost anything in the game except for a Rapier or a Dagger.
He's only 200 off.
Butterfly or something. Maybe he buys. Maybe he goes. Well, BKB now. Interesting.
I think now it's okay-ish.
Yeah, and he still has money for buyback.
Yeah,
which, if RoX.KIS continue like throwing themselves at the base,
this is the buyback's the most important part. But like, okay, if you lose a melee Rax against a Prophet, a Lycan, but you kill them about 8 times in a tier 1 tower in exchange, do you think that's worth it in the situation that Sigma's in?
I think it is, because Sigma have a better hard carry potential. in my opinion. Like, behind having the Slardar, the minus armor, you know, and the SF, it's going to be harder for RoX.KIS to out-carry that particular type of team, because look at the items that Sedoy has bought, right? Like, he buys Mech, he buys Book 3, even eventually Book 3 falls off, like, in terms of how effective it is. Sure, Paz killed himself on the Necro Book inside of the base. Unfortunate, but hey, it happens. I just think that if Fata continues getting this much out of every single engagement, that sooner or later he's going to become too tough to deal with. And now Sigma actually want to push outside of their base before RoX.KIS even get there and try to make something happen. And they're going to find this poor Lycan, and he's not getting away from this. He's just dead. Also, force-stepped! Godblack, he's going to dispel the Gale. Miguel taking quite a bit of damage. Ice Wall going to be used as well. Cancel on the Crush. Blink forward. Nice deafening actually hits on 4. But I think Solo is still going to end up going down here. And this is a total disaster for RoX.KIS. They're just losing everyone. Are they actually going to be able to pull this back? In the meantime, though, Sedoy was pushing top. They're continuing to fight. Godblack, he's taking a nap right now. He can't help his Crystal Maiden. The ult gets terrible RNG. Does almost no damage. Godblack, he's behind the tower. His own tier 2. He's still got a 4-step up and his ulti. He might be able to live through this.
No,
needs to be careful though.
Body block.
3 more seconds on the Crush. Are they going to dive this? They're just going deep, man. There is still a Desolator. Or excuse me, a BKB up on Fata. They just don't want to stop. No. They're never stopping. Never ever stop, says Sigma.
Well, my mind's fucking blown right now because
you're fucking mad.
Like, just crush them so hard. And then
they got a range Rex.
They lose everyone for that middle Rex, though. Twice. I don't know, man.
Andy, have you ever seen a game like this?
This has got to be one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like,
do you remember even at the start of the game with that Roshan thing? What the hell was that?
That's like, that was kind of setting the tone for what this game would be.
No one even, like, it's like, okay, lads, let's just punch each other a bit, but don't kill each other.
I want to know what Fata's going to go now. I feel like he still needs some kind of HP. But the thing is, he already has Desolator.
No,
so
I don't think you go HP. I
think you just go Glass Cannon?
Yeah, you go Daedalus next.
Daedalus? He kind of needs
Butterfly, whatever.
Like,
just go some damage.
I think if he gets a Butterfly with the BKB, then the Lycan can't focus him anymore.
And the Necro creeps as well.
Right, and then you can just go ham, right?
Sure.
I think Butterfly is synergized really well with
I think Manta does fine as well. Like, you just want more stuff to sit in the front and then tank for you.
Manta's good too.
Yeah, I just think you just want to go damage. Just no time to go cute and get HP.
Man, this is some funny Dota.
I just want to.
Even Sox has a BKB now.
Well, where did he get that from though? Because when we looked at him a few seconds ago.
I don't know, man. He just conjured it out of nowhere. He was like, you know what?
Summoned it.
BKB. He put in his freaking console hack and just got a BKB somehow.
I just want to commend how well Fata's been playing, because a lot of Shadow Fiend just rolled over, got an Oka Club, and died. But he went 4-staff into Deso, into a BKB.
It worked, man.
Yeah,
it worked out really well.
I mean, this is one of those chances that there's only a 1% chance to work. And if it didn't, you'll be like, oh, why did he get a 4-staff?
He is the 1%.
Yeah, he is 1%. He is power right now. The embodiment.
That's what he needed to be, man, and he's delivering, I gotta say. And it's so funny.
What did we say during the pre-show?
Like, Fata always carries, but you said he had to carry
harder. You need to step it up and carry harder.
He heard you, bro.
Yeah, no, there you go.
He was like, okay, David, I can fucking do this. The thing with the minus armor, though, it gets better as the game goes on, I feel. Like, the Slider gets level 16, the Shadow Fiend gets his levels in the minus armor. It becomes stronger and stronger.
Well, the way I always think of it is armor actually counters minus armor. It's not the other way around. You can just buy a 1400 gold item and counter like the Deso and Presence of the Dark Lord completely. Sure, you're still going to have to worry about Amp, but they have an Abaddon. So
you're saying it's more cost effective to get plus armor than it is to actually do minus armor?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair.
Because look at the Deso, right? It's 4400 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. It used to be 44. But it's 4100 gold, and you're
minus
basically...
6 or 7.
It's minus 7,
yeah.
Right? And a playmail is 1400 and it's plus 10. Sure, the Desolator gives you damage, but I'm just arguing just purely the armor factor of it and the accessibility of the item to even supports or getting a Ghost Scepter, you know?
Yeah.
Like things like that. I feel like it's actually very easy to counter heroes that just hit really hard with no disables.
You know what they need? They need Desolator 2 from that...
the Beast Mode
thing.
That was X-Hero Siege. They just stole that.
Yeah, did
basically.
I actually really like that item. I don't know why it's not in Dota.
Desolator 2?
Yeah.
What was it, like minus
Because
20
Deso was
armor?
already one of the most damage-effective items in the game. If it had another item after that was equally as good, that could be considered a full item slot, then I think it would be a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. Up deafening inside of the pit. Wow, Fata actually almost got knocked up to the high ground. Meatball inside of the pit. Here comes the panic BKB. Is ult from the high ground from Yol as well. Nice BKB from Fata. Is he actually get the win? No! He drops. They actually lose Fata for this. I don't really know if I would have bought back right now, but they lost their top barracks in the meantime.
What?
Suddenly there's a wolf inside of your base, and things aren't looking too great for Sigma. Aegis picked up by Solo, so there was a little bit of backdoor action going on. And this is not good. This is really not good because they just made Fata buy back, and now he's going to have to commit to an item. I think if he can't leave the base, maybe he just buys crit. Maybe he buys like a Yasha or something like that. I don't know.
Or not Daedalus, Manta. I still think you go Manta if you go for it. Right now, by the way, he's farming for experience and souls. He needs the souls. Obviously, he knows he doesn't get the gold, but still need the creeps.
That's one thing about Shadow Fiend. He doesn't rely, like if you die a lot on him, it's pretty fucking hard. Like you need them souls. You need to farm up for like 5 minutes after you die, 2 minutes. It's pretty tough.
The AC is coming out, and I think once the AC is out, holy crap! Like that's the minus armor and towers, man. Not looking good.
Looking a little bit promising for those last like 5 to 10 minutes where Sigma were valiantly defending mid. Sure, they eventually lost it, but I think what they got out of it was definitely worth it.
Look at that graph.
Yeah, the graph is insane, like just in terms of experience and them defending the base and all that. But you can see that RoX.KIS has had a giant gold lead like the whole game.
Yeah.
Like they haven't given that up. It's just props to Sigma for being able to hold it off this long.
A lot of it's tower gold as well.
Yeah.
I do hope that doesn't sit with 4K in his bank.
That line is.
But I think he's just holding his gold just in case if the push doesn't come, he'll just save that gold and go for the bigger item that he originally planned.
That Plague Ward wall is like 300 Graboid edition. That's basically what it is. I mean, it's a little bit wiggly now, but I kind of
beforehand it was like a straight line.
Yeah. Well, here comes the army, as it were. Still 2 people missing on the side of RoX.KIS. Not everyone's here just yet.
Is there any rules in this competition about necrobooks? Or
I don't think so. There used to be a rule where you could only get 2.
2, yep. The dumbest rule ever.
Yeah, it got changed a long time ago.
Because I remember when I played Dota 1 and like 2 or 3 people on the team would buy like a hex, the other team would be like, GG cheaters.
Yeah, 2 hex was a limitation back then too.
Honestly, I don't see more than 2 hexes a game just because of the hero compositions, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just don't see that kind of stuff often. There are games where people buy, like, I think 4 or 5 necrobooks. I've seen that before, but I've never really seen more than 2 hexes because games just end at that point, you know? Because so many people have so much farm, the base just instantly dies as soon as somebody wins a fight. And speaking of hexes, there is double hex up right now in RoX.KIS. Solo and Sadoi both have one. And there's necrobooks everywhere, 3 of them.
And chizzes.
Yeah.
Yep, so Fata does have an Eagle Song.
Yeah, it's going to be Butterfly. And I like that choice. I think it's the right one.
Should you get the evasion part first in this situation? Or do you want to do as much damage?
Well, the agility still gives you a little bit of armor, and it still gives you attack speed and damage, which is like doubly beneficial for the hero. So I think it's fine. Honestly, though, I think Fata is kind of in a really bad position in terms of how he had to itemize, just given how the game went. That ideally you would kind of want lifesteal, just so you could stand in the front and, you know, absorb that damage. But he had to go Deso.
Yeah, he was forced to.
Yeah, so it's a really hard position for him.
I mean, at this point here, RoX.KIS is going to just wait for top and mid to slowly push in, and as soon as they see Shadow Fiend like either low from HP or mana, then they're going to go. Because right now Shadow Fiend is the only person that can defend 1.5 lane. I don't think he can even defend 2 lanes by himself.
And eventually, like you said, Fata goes back to base. Oh, he does. Oh, nice 3-man crush coming out from Sakshka. Solo, he gets Enfeebled Nightmare onto Godblack, and Yo just absolutely evaporates Sakshka just going to town. He wants to chase on Sadoi. Godblack, he gets the ult off Solo. He's going to drop a meatball. Aegis popped. Fata has the BKB on Godblack. He's actually going to need one more auto attack to go down. Sadoi, he pops the cheese. He wants to get the kill on Sakshka. Unfortunately, he's not able to do so. And Godblack, he actually gets the kill on Slaughter the base, though. It's dying. They're killing the tier 4s. Here comes the grip from Paz. They're going to anthem up Fata. Might be in some trouble. 4 staffs out of the Sprout. Double kill for him. They manage to take out the Lycan as well. And Solo dies again inside of the base.
Sadoi's trying to run, but Sokka's on the move. There's no Necrobook to burn the mana. Here comes the look. Oh no! said, "Dog, you don't have a force staff. He's gonna get crushed, and that's buyback on as well. Go down, lads. Go down mid. Take that tier 2. Take the tier 3 and go throw. Just go.
Just all right. Just
Just
throwing
go.
it. Just throwing it. It's fine. You totally have this butterfly now completed on Fata. He's got 1,100 gold after that fight, man. If there's an MVP for the weekend, it's not him. I'm going to be surprised.
Well, there's what 8
I
more
don't know.
games to go?
There's a lot more
Yeah.
games, but I'm just saying his performance this game has been.
You know
pretty
what?
damn
One,
good.
Andy.
You know what? On next week, this will be on the Lumi Watch column or whatever the fuck it's called because this is the
Aren't
most
you meant to
amazing
do?
thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mid.
Well, I mean, they have to push out the rest of their base. They kind of had their tier 4s being attacked by a wolf and creeps.
Yeah, that's.
It's kind of hard to push when 2 lanes are actually attacking pretty much
But
your
all
throne.
things considered, they didn't lose anything besides a tier 4 tower, so
They're
it
pretty
didn't change
important.
much.
Well, they had to buy back on the Slardar and the Shadow Fiend.
No, Shadowfiend already bought back
Oh,
before.
yeah, before.
So that was
Yeah.
which he traded a buyback from Profit, which is a big deal because if RoX.KIS wants to trade push on their full power, they ideally will want to wait for that buyback. So
Yeah,
that's 5
that's true.
minutes if RoX.KIS want to come in for a winning push.
Man, this game.
It's pretty crazy. But you're in the situation where it's kind of difficult to push against them because
It
Nature
is.
Prophet will always just be there, slapping your face. Like
Yeah, that's why he is the king of rats.
it's pretty filthy.
I mean, I want to give credit to Sock as well because that last team fight he initiated with a 3-man crush.
That was like a ridiculous
Yeah,
range,
it was
too,
like
right?
all on the max range, and not only that, Sock was able to zone out, I think, what was it, Prophet and Crystal Maiden by himself, and allow the Shadow Fiend to right-click without any kind of impunity. So he made big plays as well. But
Yeah.
Fata is the man that we're looking at right now, and the question is, what item is he going for?
Yeah, that's my question. I mean,
Boots of Travel, I guess, for next.
yeah, bots would be nice just so we could actually leave the base. But the thing is, it's still very dangerous because the Prophet has a Hex. So if the Prophet has a Hex and the Invoker, for instance, decides to buy bots too, you can just have trees out and have double Hex teleport on you. And that's terrifying to think about. And he wouldn't be able to get away. So
What do you think about Manta as a counter to the Hex? Like, you just Manta, and then it's kind of like, which one's me?
I'm not sure about this, but let's say you're playing Shadow Fiend, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm the Prophet. I click Hex on your hero, and if you're Manta, I think it will automatically find the correct hero.
No,
Is that-
broken?
I don't think so.
It breaks it.
I don't
yeah,
think
it breaks your targeting.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. It like it makes it invulnerable, like completely out of the game for like.
It seems like whenever I play in that situation, they always find the real one. I don't know how.
There's like a specific way that the Manta actually like splits.
I thought it's random every time.
No, it's random.
It is random, but the thing is, the way that they appear, you can just tell. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but like, I can usually find the right one instantly as well. But there's like a way that they split, and like, I think the real one like pops out first or something like that every single time, or something like that. It doesn't matter where they are. It's just like, you can tell. It's weird, man.
I don't believe
I'm probably
you.
not explaining it right, but
Right. So, you can actually tell by attack speed. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, because the
Butterfly and threads and stuff.
well, the butterfly still gives the agility,
Agility.
benefit, but
Yeah,
the
but
attack
it
speed
doesn't
isn't
give the
there.
attack speed.
Right. So
I
you
mean,
can
when he's attacking with 400 attack speed versus 370, don't tell me you're gonna know on a split second
Yeah,
before
it's-
you've been attacked.
But I'm just saying, if
if you're like super paying attention, I usually just go by the damage, like the damage they deal, like when they
Oh
hit
yeah,
something.
obviously.
Yeah.
But if we're hexing and you're talking about using Manta as a way to dodge hex, I don't know.
it's just a thought.
You know, this reminds me of Ocarina of Time. I'm not sure if you ever played a game.
Zelda.
Zelda?
Yeah.
There was one dungeon, I think it's like the Forest Temple, where there was the paintings rolling around, and you had to find the real Ganon. Real Ganon looks a little bit different, and then it hit me.
You're like,
And I'm having... so far, this moment is not hitting me right now with the whole real Manta, fake Manta.
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'm just like magical.
I think I need to just watch you when you're playing against it later.
And then you'd be like, oh, yeah, he's right.
Yeah, it works.
It's,
All
it's
right,
actually
we'll
like
test
that.
it out at home.
But nobody knows how, but it just
Yeah.
works.
It's true. So, Sido actually disconnected, so
Okay.
we're going to have a little bit of a pause. But this game has been crazy. Like,
Nuts.
I'm just like taking it all in right now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
some of these fights have been the most ridiculous fights I've ever seen. Like especially the first one middle where they prolonged it to an extent where they actually just pushed RoX.KIS away.
Yep.
Like that was impressive.
I think actually it would have safe to say that RoX.KIS could have lost the game on that.
Right.
If not they didn't die at Roshan Pit when Sigma died.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
Bata
yeah.
died, yeah.
And then they got a top Rax out of that, which eventually led to the range Rax as well. And now they just created this pressure because 5 minutes later, RoX.KIS is going to come back. They're going to 5-man park on bottom lane. and they're not going to do anything.
You can even just send the Lycan top and just send his wolves in.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, you could send it from bot and run it from top.
It doesn't even matter.
And then eventually Sigma has to go for those Hail Mary plays, which, by the way, Sock is playing admirably, like 4-man crush, winning fights. So,
and all he has is a BKB and a blink there and treads.
So I think what Sigma needs to do on that point when that push comes is like next level stuff. You smoke 2 of your people and run around. Like you do like a Venom bomb on the back line or a Slaughter bomb on the back line, because this way, like they're losing buildings. Like they're not going to win by playing this. You have to do something else.
Usually in this situation in the pub game, I'm like, right, fuck the base, fuck everything. We're just going ham mid. That's
when the Lycan just backdoors your racks.
Yeah, but that's usually my plan.
Yeah.
I know it's probably a terrible plan. I wouldn't recommend it, but...
Well, Lumia's right, though. It's like, when you have 2 lanes of racks down against Lycan Prophet, if you sit on your base, you're just going to eventually lose.
Yeah.
So you have to try to get somebody. And because of the fact that the Prophet bought back his last death, if you can kill him again, or if you can pick off, like, anyone, then suddenly the backdoor isn't really as threatening. And since Fata actually can push out lanes by himself pretty reliably, at least, well... until people start getting bots on RoX.KIS, then it's going to be a bit harder. But if he can do that himself and they can push out another lane at the same time, then you can just make the transition to, okay, 5-man this one lane while it's up here and just try to go for it. Because otherwise it's going to be the war of attrition. And the war of attrition against the King of Rats is not one you want to take.
And the Wolf of Rats.
Yeah, but only Bruno would make that reference.
Yeah,
that was good. That was
hey,
good.
Bruno, there's a message directed to your body behind you.
Yeah.
Chain looks good today. Nice.
Nice. Did it. All right, so we're back in the game. It's resumed. Sidoi is back. All is well in the world of Dota, except if you're Sigma because you're down 2 set of racks. But hey, I've seen people come back from Megas, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not
this
calling
is
it
a very, very different situation.
Nah.
I mean, coming back against Megas 80 minutes in is much better when all 5 heroes are farmed. Because right now,
and you kind of need like AoE damage. You need like a Medusa or a Kunkka or something like that.
You mean for the creeps?
Yeah, I don't think spells are enough. Like Shadow Fiend's Rises don't do it anymore at that stage.
I mean, eventually there's going to be a stage of a game. I think you drop Deso and go for a different item. But we're not we're not there yet. And by the way, I think the most important item that RoX.KIS just got up is the Heaven's Halberd on Abaddon, because we're running into a territory that the BKB doesn't last that long anymore. It's an 8-second BKB.
It's pretty long.
And, well, when you put in the Abaddon, like, Abaddon's going to survive that 8-second. He definitely will with borrowed time. He's going to get Heaven's Halberd, and Fata is not going to be power no more.
In that case, does he actually go Manta as his next item?
Manta does not.
Oh, it doesn't dispel
No, it does not.
Right.
It does
I actually made that mistake the other day.
You caught?
Yeah.
I was playing Dota with you, and you're like, get a Manta. I'm like, no, Shane.
No. You like hit him with a newspaper that you had.
I wish there was newspaper.
What is Sigma's game plan? Because the whole farming inside of your base thing, to an extent, I'm sure you might get Fata and Sock a couple more items, but...
It looks like he's going Heaven's Halberd on the Slider as well.
Yeah, he could be. Actually, he hasn't gone BKB, and he still does a pretty reasonable amount of right-click damage, and heck, even the Invoker does, honestly.
I like these cheap tactics. Just sunstrike him.
It's like, yeah, whittle him down from afar. It's like a trebuchet, man.
Do you feel that this is a very bad way for Yol to spend his gold? Got BKB, got a point booster, now going back for a blink. Like, do you think a CM ultimate is really going to change the course of the fight?
Maybe he's going Scotty.
I think you're underestimating how much damage the thing actually does. And not even just for the damage, but for the slow as well.
Sure.
Like if you BKB
Attack
blink in
speed slow,
you have heroes that are very reliant on getting right clicks off. Just having that kind of effect on a fight can be really all you need. So
I'd never underestimate it. In fact, it does 12,000 damage.
Well, not mine. Mine does like 10 damage.
Right. Mine does none. It's just like
it just misses every single time. And then I watch these videos of people who like CM ult get a rampage, and I'm like, why does my CM ult never do that?
But let me calculate how much gold she spent into this, right? BKB is 4k, Blink's another 2k, that's 6 already, and then point booster, that's 7. Like, that's a Necro book and a pipe.
That's what I was thinking as well. I think a pipe here, like you pipe your creeps,
sure,
and then all of a sudden your push is unstoppable.
Do nothing, yeah? Or you get and add another Necro 3 into that. Like, I actually think that item changes the course of the last 10 minutes much more than whatever she's going for. But that's just me.
Maybe she's only... When you get the point booster and you don't have that many item slots, I think she kind of has to finish the Agnums.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with Bruno. Just finish the Ags. I've never seen a CM actually get an Ags in a competitive game before, so although he's going to get caught out. That is not
Nice.
good. He does not have buyback, by the way, and 4 members of Sigma are outside of their base. They're eyeing
Look at top
Fnatic
lane.
right now.
Look
Yeah,
at
I know.
top lane. So that's fine. I think that's fine. If Sigma doesn't lose their base off of this, they're okay.
I don't think it's fine.
You're buying time to actually go later and later in the game, because when RoX.KIS heroes are higher level, when they die like that, they're gonna have 90-second respawn times. That's when you go for the win. Right now, this is like the format.
See how much damage he takes.
It don't matter. Like, as long as your throne's alive, the game's going on. So you just play the clock.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not saying that extending the game is necessarily bad. It's just... And this is going to be another cheese and another Aegis for RoX.KIS. And I think at this point, this is where now...
That's hard.
You have to kill 2 heroes twice, basically.
Fresh BKB on Lycan as well. So he could
know,
nearly
man.
just ignore all the heroes.
Goblek even sells his TP. He's like, I'm keeping my urn. Fuck TPs. I'm never going back to base again. This is it. This is our time.
What about the magic steam?
I'm not sure if I would like the fresh BKB. The fresh BKB is nice in all normal circumstances. If Pos grips him, it doesn't matter what your BKB duration is, because you're dying in that BKB.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I think Fata needs another item. I don't think he can actually save for buyback. I think he actually needs to be so hard to deal with.
You mean if the push came right now?
Yeah,
I agree.
I think
agree.
having buyback isn't going to matter.
Do you think Satanic or something like that?
Well,
Well,
he
he can't lifesteal unless he drops the Death Sword.
If you use the Satanic, it'll work, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's off your base lifesteal, I think, right?
If you're getting a Satanic, spending 5k just for that...
I think he
that's
goes Daedalus.
Yeah.
I think Daedalus is what he does.
Or Manta. Like, I think that's still a fine choice.
I think if you're going to have an 8-second BKB and you need to be able to kill somebody in that time, then Daedalus is the best choice.
Yeah.
If you want to really go, like, hella next level for your item choice, I think Refresher for
Refresher
double
BKB.
Requiem and double BKB, especially against a Heaven's Halberd.
That would be pretty funny to see.
I mean, like, I've
I'm
never
not
seen
saying
this.
it would work. I'm just saying it would be funny.
Yeah.
Well,
He has enough mana to do it as well.
oh, man,
What's
that's
Refresher? 375
Yes.
mana?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, with those Necro books running around, I'm not sure if you will.
Oh,
like,
that's-
but it's just all these questions. So very little answers.
When he starts getting more levels in Quas as well, and the Fort Spirits out of more range.
He
Oh,
actually
he
only
maxed
has
it.
1 point in the
Yeah.
wax, yeah.
For that reason, I guess.
Okay, holy crap. Somebody get a bottle and bottle that top DD rune, because Rune of GG.
That's a game winner right there.
Yeah, that is. Well, you know, with Lycan having BKB.
No, it actually could be. Like, I wasn't saying it, like, facetiously. I was actually being serious. Like, a DD will win a game.
Yeah, I agree.
this point.
I completely agree with
Yeah.
that. But he has to be careful in terms of popping the BKB before or after. Is a bottle coming from anybody?
I don't know. I don't think
No,
so.
it's just a
No.
Shiva's guard.
Chivas for Sidoi.
Ice.
I think the
baby.
Chivas is actually a good call, though, honestly.
Against the Shadow Fiend?
Against the minus armor, or
Yeah, against the minus armor, and just having it so he doesn't just explode to, like, a Slardar blink crushing him. Because, like, comparatively, Stock has no farm, like, compared to what Sidoi has. And even, like, earlier in the game, when he tried to solo him and Sidoi just killed him with Necrobook 3, it's still kind of like that same feeling. So, if your Blink Initiator can't deal with one of the heroes that you have to deal with, then you're just innately in a good spot. I mean, clearly, RoX.KIS they're advantageous.
yeah.
So, no way.
They seem to be in no rush. They're just farming the whole map.
They're in an advantageous position.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
That's what I meant to say.
I'm in the authority of
The
English.
authority of English.
Yeah. I think a hero that we should not forget about is Enchantress, because she's already got herself an Axe Scepter, 4-staff for utility, and we were just talking about the armor that you will want to get. Well, Impetus goes through all of that, so...
Yeah, but the thing is, the Lycan and the Invoker both have 10-second BKBs.
Okay.
This ain't doing much.
Well, it's going to do a lot to Sidoi, who is massing armor.
Yeah, that's true. But he still has like 2k health. It's not even like he's...
Why is he so tanky? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Book 3 gives a lot of strength, man. And Mech gives stats as well. So does Scythe. 10 strength.
Well, here comes this push.
Alright.
Oh, they're even using Alacrity on the Necronomicon.
Oh, people just got
They-
dropped on top of that. This is like...
And they stole the enfeebled one. Sox goes in for a nice crush. Some raises being used. They killed that
slowly
wave
doing
pretty quickly, yeah.
Yeah, these wards, but again, it's not this wave that matters. It's the top 2 waves. So, we're going to be here for a while.
I think this might be a... Like, it's just
Oh, by
one
the way,
mistake.
SF just, he went bots Crystal, so he is going crit. He's still saving for the buyback, though, and, I mean, if his whole team dies and he buys back, what is he going to do? That's my real concern. I think, honestly, having the item for the fight is more important than having buyback.
Is he the only person with buyback? All the cores have buyback right now. Veno has buyback, and the Slardar. Yeah, so...
Oh, looks like they want to try to go for this.
No,
okay.
Shadow wasn't even there. I was like...
Sock was like, I want to go. And he's like, no, don't do it.
Such a tough position.
You can tell they're getting antsy, though. Yeah. They really want to take a fight.
I mean, they know, like, eventually they will start... I mean, if this is a game where you have a treant, holy shit, that living armor will win the game. But no, it's not like that.
That damage. Oh, here it is.
Damage, Blink Crush in. There is still an Aegis on the selection. Remember, here comes Yon with a nice ulti. BKB, though, popped by Fata. Godblack is almost going to get popped after the grip as well. Solo, he is getting disintegrated right now. Zaku is going to be going down. He does actually have buyout Fata. Now looks like he wants to try to get focused by RoX.KIS. 4 snaps away. There's the Heaven's Halberd. Sunstrike does a little bit of damage to Paz. Fucking Man's still alive as well. They want to try to turn this. Godblack, he needs to get up to the high ground. There's the 4 staff, but they defend. The only problem is the throne is taking damage right now.
That's fine. That's fine. The drone will regen. It's okay.
Is chasing still. He wants to go for this. There's the amp. Blink forward. He's got Crush. Another 2 seconds. The Bash Lord. Another shield applied. Godblack could be going down. Here comes the impetus. Wow. Fucking Mad is actually out of his mana. That's how much mana he got burned from that fight. And how many impetus he uses. He actually ran
All things considered, a huge
teleport coming in. Sadoy going behind enemy lines. Sunstrike puts the blink out. Cooldown. There's the Hex. They're going to be able to kill him. There's no buyback this time. Dead for 110 seconds. But they're still missing 2. Can they actually end the game right now?
Oh my god. The hell damage on the babies.
The thing is, they will need to send shit at the throne and then allow the Wolfman. Wolfman take tier 3. They're trying to go for it right now. This tier 2 taking a ton of damage. They have Glyph. They have Glyph, but they're choosing not to use it. Please, Glyph.
Oh, I don't think they can afford a Glyph right now. It's not taking that much damage. It's taking a little, but I think they might be able to deal with it. Okay, maybe not.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, they're going to be forced to pop Glyph now. Miguel, unfortunately, does not have his ult for another 15 seconds. He doesn't have his pale either. It's just red Dota everywhere. You can't stop the red. You're coming for the Rex. Yeah,
kick the Rex.
It's it. It's
where's the Requiem? No Requiem has been used in this entirety of teamfight. He wants to go to Sadoy. Sadoy is being ignored. See him on the back line here. Requiem her. Oh my god. They defended so well and then Sok got picked off.
Dirty bastards.
I mean, yeah, they won the fight. Fata didn't die.